Hey y'all, it's pound cake time. It's your girl Ashley. Welcome to another episode of Whoop Like Butter. Okay, so today we're making a pineapple pound cake. Could not wait to make it in this pan, and I was a little nervous because the pan with this much design and we're using fruit and stuff, but it came out great. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So I'll show you how we do it. And to get the ingredients for this cake, you can check the description box, and also a link will be posted in the comments for you as well. All right, so let's go. Okay, y'all, let's go ahead and whip it like butter. We're gonna go ahead and put our butter into our bowl, and we're gonna whip it into a combined, I don't know, 30 seconds or so, just until it's combined. And then we're gonna slowly add our sugar into our butter, and we're gonna let that whip together, I don't know, maybe 3 to 5 minutes. Like I always tell you all, it's the look versus the time. When it's nice and fluffy and kind of pastes into the sides of my bowl like that, I'll go ahead and stop it. All right, and so we're adding our pineapple emulsion in here. Don't ask me why it's not yellow. That's just, how it was made, but it's definitely everything, y'all. Okay, and then we're adding our eggs one at a time. Eggs and butter, of course, at room temperature. Add your eggs one at a time until it's combined. Like you don't really see any yellow. That's when you add your next egg. And make sure you stay and watch it. Take your time so you're not over mixing your eggs into your butter and your sugar. All right, we're gonna go ahead and scrape the sides of our bowl right here. And then we're gonna get ready to alternate with our flour, y'all, and our buttermilk. Now, you can also use cream cheese or you can use sour cream, both at room temperature for this cake. I just opted to use buttermilk because that's what I had on hand. And I was like, that buttermilk is going to make a real nice tender crumb and add flavor and definitely won't overpower this cake. Now, sour cream and cream cheese won't, but of course, the taste and texture is going to be a little bit different than using buttermilk. Every ingredient is different. So always make sure what we start with our flour and we end with our flour, and we alternate until we used all of our ingredients. All right, and so we're going to scrape the sides of our edges. I finished mixing by hand so I don't over mix. And we're going to fold our pineapple, our crushed pineapple that's drained. I drained it over a mesh strainer so it's really nice and drained. And we reserved our pineapple juice because we're going to need that for our icing. And we're going to place this in our Bundt pan, and we're going to bake this in the oven on 325 degrees. Y'all know that's my sweet spot for baking. All right, and I'm really trying to get under that batter just to make sure I got everything nice and mixed. Okay, so I'm using this Bavarian, but I was scared because all the decoration, in this pan. I was like, that would make for such a pretty cake. But anyway, we're going to bake this for 300 at 325 degrees for about an hour and 15 minutes. Okay. Make sure you do the toothpick test to make sure that it's done. And then we're going to let our cake cool for 20 minutes before flipping it out of the pan. So I went ahead and smoothed the top of this twice. So I laid most of the batter down, and then I didn't want it to be all clumpy, so I went ahead and laid more of the batter down. And before I placed it in the oven, I actually tapped it this time. I've been trying to see if I can reduce some like little air bubbles in my cake if I'm tapping it. It hasn't really made a difference so far. I'm gonna keep working on it. If you have any tips, let me know in the comments. Okay, flip that thing over and whew. And when you take your lid off of your cake, make sure you pull it straight up so you can try not to have, any breakage in your cake. That's really helpful. All right, so we have our powdered sugar and our salt right here. We're making our icing. We're going to, just blend up the powdered sugar a little bit, reduce the clumps in there, and we're adding the pineapple juice. Now, we're adding 5 tablespoons of pineapple juice. I tried to convert it into cups for y'all, but it wasn't quite a third, it wasn't quite a fourth, it's in between. So we're using 5 tablespoons of pineapple juice. I'm stopping the mixer here, and you can see I'm using a different attachment for my icing. This is the attachment I like to use for my icing when I'm using the stand mixer. Okay, we're adding that pineapple emulsion in there, and then y'all, we're gonna go ahead and lay all that goodness over that cake. Oh my God, it was perfect because when it dried, it was like a nice shimmer on top of the cake, and it wasn't like white or anything at all. So the design of that cake really came through, y'all. Make sure you grab the recipe, and we're gonna go ahead and get ready for the taste test. But first, let's go ahead and cut her. So y'all can see that nice crumb. And oh, she was so moist. Like day one, she was moist. Day one, she was moist. Look at that crumb. All right. Oh, this cake is so tasty, y'all. I wish I could eat pineapple, but okay. So let's go ahead and give this a little taste. Let's see. Start from the bottom. Starting from the bottom now. We're here. Mhm. Mhm. Mm. It's so pineapple-y. For real. You definitely need the combination of the crushed pineapples with the pineapple emulsion, and I haven't even tried with the icing in this pineapple-y. It's almost just like a glaze we just did, not an icing. Let's see. Not too much, just enough. The moisture, especially that we didn't use cake flour, and it's not dense at all. It's so tender, but that buttermilk, and I really strained those pineapples, and it's still so tender. I think y'all definitely gonna love it, like I always say, right? I can't wait for y'all to try this, okay? So make sure that you don't be stingy. Make sure you share, like, subscribe if you haven't already, so you can join us back here for more. And y'all make sure that you bake it a great day. Thank you so much for your support. If you're new here, welcome, and definitely come back for more. All right, bye. Just a little bit more, just a little bit.